First, I gotta connect my Wii remote, so hold on. See exactly how this is gonna work. It should have should give me the opportunity to connect that any time now. Okay, there it goes. Gotta go ahead and provide power to the sensor bar, and there we are. Time to get to the end of this at last, I suppose. Even if I don't... Actually, there's... I might have to open up a thing in the background here just to check. Let's see. Well, let's just start this here thing in the background while I'm searching for the thing. Ah, fuck. Hey mouse, how about doing what I tell you? I seriously need a new mouse. Yeah, it's actually too quiet now. Which is kind of funny because this is usually kind of loud compared to everything else, but apparently fucking Survivor 2 was even louder than that, so I'll just go ahead and boost this back up to more adequate levels. There we are. Now let's see. Unlockables. Alright, so there is one, we might as well let this little cinematic finish playing out, even though you can't actually see that right now. I just realized, hold on, let me actually make that visible. That's fine. I say that's fine because clearly I'm the only one who matters here. Let's see. Please make this the right size, is that an option? Well, not if the fucking left mouse button keeps releasing itself without my actually meaning to do that. And then I keep moving other stuff that's just there for some reason. Now don't move the background image. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? This, that's what I'm... Jesus, there.
Resident Evil, the Darkside Chronicles.
Alright. I love how you can see a picture that's like Zombie Steve's goofy ass face. Actually, maybe it isn't. Maybe that's something different. Maybe we're about to find out what that is, because I think that's actually gonna be whatever's left of Operation Javier. I think there's we've done chapters 1 and 2 of that. I think there's like 3 more vanilla, and then if we do something the right way during the last of those, we can unlock the other 2, which are kind of a secret, but I guess we gotta see if I can manage to do that or not. Let's go. Operation Javier. Chapter 3. Yeah, no, I guess that face is actually from whatever this is going to be. Let's see. I don't know why this thing on the right... Okay, no, I do remember. This thing got on the right got unequipped because it was the linear launcher in the Code Veronica thing. So let's just re-equip the submachine gun because we did run out of ammo for that during the fucking Code Veronica stages because they're kinda ridiculous. Especially the bosses on there.
I believe Manuela is infected with the Veronica virus, which means it could spread throughout this land. But why would Javier infect his own daughter? And how can she maintain her human form? How does she sustain it without transforming into something horrific, like Steve?
You see that as if you were there, but Leon was completely absent from Code Veronica. That's a funny thing, like I mentioned. He doesn't show up at all, he only gets mentioned very briefly, but I didn't actually see any of what happened in that game.
We gotta keep going.
So let's see. I do have the normal handgun. So let's keep along on this stroll with our buddy Croucher. Shoot these dudes in the head to ensure that they will not move, and I have complete faith in that, as you might imagine. Oh wow, look at that perfectly represented water effect. It's almost like this guy is actually not dead, even though I shot him a bunch of times. How unexpected. Every Friday night is the same story. Oh, it's Saturday night tonight. I didn't say that, but pretty sure I'm the one getting crits here, friendo. Alright, let's see. Start pick up its gold bars hidden by this beautiful watery effects. And the mastery of the Wii technology.
Better be careful.
I don't actually know that's entirely how that's supposed to look like.
I can't believe Manuela's Javier's daughter.
But I have no reason to believe otherwise.
Maybe she was from one of his mistresses.
Regardless, she must really hate her father if she came through all this just to get away from him.
Well,
Yes,
we can ask her when we
seriously.
find her. But Javier is the one we're after, not his daughter. Remember?
Yeah, you're right.
See, this looks awfully familiar. And not only because we've actually done, what do you call it? We've gone through stages on this damn area before. It always had looked exactly like that. Or, actually, I say that not just because of that, but it kind of actually is just because of that. Pretty sure this is our reused map room from a previous level. And this might very well be too. I have no reason to believe otherwise right now.
This looks familiar.
Get closer. Okay, there's gonna be Frogger boys. Okay, so they will jump out at you. I was wondering if they like spit stuff at you from a distance or what. If they're in the water, you have to shoot them while they're in the water. Thank goodness for my the incredible power I have in this handgun.
Got a good memory.
It's for my upgrades.
Where we are.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, ever get that feeling of deja vu? When, you know, you go to a room that looks like exactly like one you've been through before. Let's go left. I have no real reason. Oh shit, I got fucking...
Stay sharp.
Runs similar to the Plant 43s from Resident Evil 2 and junk. And technically Survivor also, if you remember. The first Survivor, they were in that as well. But these are a little bit different, they're not quite the same species. You can spot a few subtle differences between them, I'm pretty sure. You know exactly what I mean.
It won't open.
Forget it. Let's go around the other way.
Let's not try to kick it down or whatever, so... Smell another Anubis on the left. Yep, there it is. Apparently these things are supposed to be like mutant bats mixed with insect DNA and of course a T-virus. That's interesting. It would end up looking like that. I have no reason to doubt that though. No reason whatsoever. Hey look. We're in that one level in Half-Life 1. Clearly. Surface tension, that's what it was called, I was trying to remember. Guess we can't break any of that stuff, that's way in the distance though. It's just there because the modelers, the 3D modelers, love their work clearly. And they did a really gorgeous job of this. Well, I mean, think I can say that with way less sarcasm than in the case of Survivor 2. So there's that. Oh, hello. Oh, hey, are these plague crawlers? I didn't think they were in this game. These are monsters from Resident Evil 0. Okay, that one died. Didn't think they were in any game other than that one, honestly, except for maybe, you know, Umbrella Chronicles, because that's the one that has the actual Resident Evil 0 recap, but I forgot they were in this too. I forgot a lot of things about this, basically. I'm gonna play through this once on my own. Oh, is that a crimson? Are we supposed to be like crimson heads? Maybe not. They do have the, you know, distinctive fucking red tint to their skin. Shit. Their skin, but they don't have, you know, gigantic claws. And apparently they cannot chill out after you stop them from rushing at you a couple of times. And that's not very Crimson Head-like. They just kind of keep coming at you no matter what. Who knows, maybe they are supposed to be Crimson Heads, what do I know? Clearly none of my interpretations hold any water. How do I know? It's not like I played most of the games in the series or anything. Except for like guidance stuff. And even then I actually played a good number of that. As you might appreciate just for the fact that I played something like Survivor 2. And you know, the actual game called Resident Evil Gaiden for Game Boy Color. Which was not very good. Oh shit. I was gonna say, unless those things actually jump for you, I'm just gonna go ahead and not shoot at them. Because I need to actually be precise and hit them when they do jump for you to stop them doing damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this level is just literally just a retread of a level we've already done, but with slightly different configuration.
Yeah, no shit.
These evil virus bats. I'm pretty sure that's, if I had to guess, that's where you get your total kills score for this level, but not really going for a super high score or anything here, so it doesn't really matter. Oh shit. How the fuck do you stop that in midair? It's like, you guys are super skinny to start with. How the fuck do you stop them from jumping at you in midair and actually hitting you? Oh well. Hey, these things. How the fuck did they just show up out of nowhere? Pretty sure if those things were in that room before we would have seen them. The electrical boxes here, because I'm pretty sure. Actually, if I remember, not even the stuff from Umbrella Chronicles, but from this game, at the end of the Resident Evil 2 stages, you can shoot like the fuse boxes on the walls, and that actually counts for stuff destroyed. Unless I'm misremembering.
There's gotta be a valve around here somewhere.
A valve, you see? Oh boy. Oh hey, you're just here now.
How did you get here?
I'm so glad that you're alive. I thought that something might have happened to you. It's your father's fault.
Well, don't mind my wild firing.
You're not with Javier?
I ran away.
Manuela, did he do something to you?
Nah, it's just normal. Oh boy.
The door can't hold the pressure much longer. We need to stop the water.
I guess it's not these colored Mario and Luigi valves. Alright, let's go and...
Wait!
Oh, okay. You're just gonna do it for me.
I think this is stop the water.
I noticed too how these things... these dudes suddenly show up to attack after she wasn't next to us anymore. I wonder if that could have anything to do with anything. she goes by herself, I guess.
Talk about mad tiger.
We'll take out the zombies. Manuela, you go shut the valve.
Okay.
Even though she was already doing that, maybe there's like a bunch of valves she needs to turn. Kinda looks that way. I'm to be quite frank with you.
This is the last one.
And that might also be the last sample, or not, never mind, there's like 2 of them there.
Looks like he found us.
Oh boy.
They must be after a bomb. So this is our only way out. Still not opening.
Why won't it open?
I mean, you can kind of see that there might still be a little bit of water on the other side.
It's open.
Isn't it fucking streaming through, or maybe,
Hurry!
no, maybe it was just inconvenient timing. Hey, oh, there's something over there. I wonder what it could have been.
Look out! It's so fast.
Okay, you can't shoot it out of the air very, very haphazardly. I was pretty much getting lucky there. I was wondering if I could get a... Oh shit, I got a chance to reload, but...
Alright.
Fuck, how do you... fucking... charge below you? How do you stop that? You have to wonder, but... I might as well use another herb since I'm pretty sure it won't even top me off at this point. See, there. Take
The
that.
hell is that?
Oh boy, it's
This place is just full of surprises.
it's that thing from Metroid Other
Let's
M.
go.
Takes forever to kill. That doesn't even have any kind of memorable name or identity, but... you just put it in there to be annoying. And in a very misguided attempt to create tension, I suppose. I glance. Those whole lights which I need to destroy for money, I guess. Money is very important because I don't even care about high score in this game anymore, since it doesn't even really matter for anything unless you're trying to unlock all the extra collectibles or what have you, which I'm not. If I can see all the levels, that will be good enough for me. And
Nice if we could finish this up before nightfall, huh?
unlike Umbrella Chronicles, you don't need a high score to unlock any of those extra levels or anything, so... it's like, who gives a shit? I wonder what it will be like here on top of the dam. What am I picking up? Oh, an herb. Just fuck up these trucks. They're being used for bad things by Javier's men.
I don't see any hostiles.
That doesn't help not anymore, but... does it remind you of that one part of Darkside 3 where you fight that big demon on the bridge? It's clearly exactly the same. Clearly this inspired Darkside 3, even though it came like... I want to say 7 or 8 years before that. But, like, what are we just standing here for? I mean... do we need to shoot it more?
Another one?
Oh, okay, there's another one.
Great, now there's 2 of them. Don't let them get too close.
There's things which I'm pretty sure yeah, sure. Ah, fucking again. Just getting suckered into shit by dodgy women. I've seen with Ada and I've seen with this one here too.
Nice.
You know, you say that even though I'm pretty sure that... I'm reasonably certain that I could say that probably none of those shots actually didn't hit the target, at least, even if it wasn't...
I need to ask you something before we find
they weren't 100% crits.
Why are you running away from her?
Oh boy. Yeah, it's almost like you need a justification for running away from a crime lord.
Why did Javier infect you with the Veronica virus?
Well, at least that's a better question.
You know, I shouldn't even be standing here, given the circumstances.
Oh well. How unsurprising that someone infected with one of those monster viruses didn't look exactly
It's part of my
completely
treatment.
human.
It wasn't my fault. My doctor diagnosed me with the same disease my mother had. He told me there was no chance of recovery. And all we could find out was that only people living in this area contracted it. It killed my mother.
Or did
But
it?
somehow,
Actually, give me a minute. I'm pretty sure I just realized that the image on the stream of the software capture is a little too... fucking mouse. A little too unwilling to obey my commands there. Fuck's sake. Okay. There we go. God damn it, I feel like I need to zoom in on that more. I actually can't see. Not good. And it doesn't the fucking giant red outline that you get when you're trying to edit the appearance of this doesn't exactly help. Alright. There, good enough. I see. Can I please move this window, mouse? Jesus Christ. But hey, I somehow got the S rank. There you go. I don't really see how score was the last of the thing that stopped me from getting 4 S's, but hey, whatever. Javier Hidalgo, Plague Crawler, South American Bats, Jabberwock S3, IVYX, Battery Pack, Scarred, Zombie Hunter. I guess I killed even more zombies. You have killed 500 zombies, is that the only one? I guess everything else was flavor text stuff. And there's this guy, Javier Hidalgo. Drug lord who built a powerful crime empire in the South American country of Amparo. Totally not made up. Got his start by turning to drug dealing when he was only a teenager. Viciously and mercilessly murdering his enemies, he found himself atop a massive crime syndicate. He uses his immense wealth and armed might to influence law enforcement. The actions of his organized crime ring go largely unchecked inside his own country. The organization's wealth has chiefly come from the drugs it exports all over the world. It's been branching out into human trafficking, you know, just corporate expansion. Javier holds an immoral philosophy in which he'll do anything to get what he wants. Holds with ruthless intolerance of treachery and is very generous and compassionate towards those who follow him. Oh, I'm sure he is. There are those who love and respect him as a hero. Oh, there you go. Also a Plague Crawler. Some are almost 2 meters long and have suitably large death-dealing pincers, like the intelligence to be suitable for use in the battlefield, so their development was halted and they were to be destroyed. All of them escaped destruction and were purchased by Javier as low-cost POWs, so... And I guess even though they're originally from like the Midwest, they can also survive in generic South American country. Bats suck the nectar from infected flowers and thusly became infected themselves. Like the bats on Rockford Island, they have a habit of attacking their prey in groups. There you go. Jabberwock S3. Experimental biological weapon purchased by Javier. It's thought to be developed by a competitor to Umbrella, so HCF, which is the company that Wesker was working with for a little while, if you follow the lore from Code Veronica. Appears to borrow much from the Umbrella BOW Bandersnatch. Properties of this biological weapon have been enhanced by the T Veronica virus. Has 3 sickle-shaped arms, well, technically 5 if you look at the total number of appendages that it has. Uses these arms to cover its body, making bullets useless against it. Its intelligence is such that it understands commands and can carry out its duties under a variety of circumstances. There we go. Of course, these games never really make it clear how the fuck commands are issued to these BOWs, except in like very bizarre instances, which don't really explain anything. Like apparently Nemesis is controlled by a computer terminal. It just like receives commands that it sees like it had a fucking Robocop visor, even though it doesn't have anything like that. So that's kind of a complete fucking mystery. But we just take their word for it. Also IVYX. Optimized for hot and humid climates. It is well suited to temperate climates. Apparently. Also we got the battery pack from something, I guess from a few Resident Evil games. Including the first one, for getting an S rank there. So let's see what else. What was I gonna upgrade next? Rate of fire. Or just power. I think I might just upgrade the power. Which maxes out at B, okay. That's a shame. But hey, it is now as powerful as the shotgun unupgraded. And more powerful than the submachine gun, and with 2 more upgrades it could have been as powerful as the Magnum, so there you go. It's more powerful than the bowgun, so there's that. I guess next I'll actually upgrade rate of fire. But for now we'll continue on. It's the penultimate vanilla stage in this scenario.
Manuela told us everything she knew. When she was 15, she contracted the same fatal disease that her mother had. The Veronica virus was used as a form of treatment, and consequently she recovered. It must have strengthened her cells. However, the virus can severely damage its host's brain cells, and if incompatible, will take them over. Completely. Even Ashford's researchers were unable to control it. There appears to be no exception to this, outside of Javier's treatment of Manuela. Somehow, he's managed to keep her from turning into a monster.
So there you go. Isn't it funny how the drug lord from this made-up country is the one who figured out how to do it right, and
take care of the girl before it gets too late.
didn't even require hibernation for 15 years.
Before she becomes a threat.
I mean, it does require something
Javier
worse,
knows
spoiler
something.
alert, but
He's been able to prevent Manuela from transforming. I have to take her with me and find out how.
Antivirus weapon protocol number 7600. You're on a special assignment for the president.
My mission is to eradicate this virus once and for all. And with your help, I intend to do just that.
Well, I am a soldier. And if your orders are from the president, then I'm on your side.
yeah, that's how that works. All the time, clearly.
Let's go.
Time to kick some ass.
It's totally not gonna lead into any interesting developments for Krauser later on.
Like door-to-door salesman.
Kind of mentality. There's like 4 of them. Okay, there's more. Fuck. Okay, I guess these zombies are somehow even more resistant to the stopping power of my souped up handgun.
Snakes.
What has he done? Strap with grenades. And let's use them to our advantage.
What, how? I don't see the grenades here anywhere on them. Just kinda shooting them, same as with the rest of them. Maybe if we actually were striper grenades, I could blow them up, but I don't see any grenades on them. But yeah, I don't really know if Leon's, if anything he does here is actually gonna help with eradicating the T. Veronica virus, since Since you know there's the matter of Wesker who had the virus too, and pretty sure it's kind of implied that he's the one who gave the virus to Javier to begin with, so... So even if he does somehow manage to eradicate it here, that still kind of leaves Wesker, who's going to be dealt with for another good while. As we'll be seeing when I go back to the end of Umbrella Chronicles after this.
Look, it's our welcoming party.
They really should be.
What's that guy wearing? Kind of looked like that guy in the front was wearing some kind of mask or like a cloth across his head, but maybe it was just bad shading, I don't know. Oh dear. I haven't really had any slowdown problems until now, at least. Oh, okay. Some of them do have dynamite. I guess I have no idea which part of their body it was on, but I guess for that guy it counted. Can't actually see the dynamite anywhere on the floor, like I said.
It's dark in here.
Apparently you can't turn the lights off by shooting them. Shooting the light switch.
VOW storeroom?
Looks like it.
Well, let's not wait around for inventory.
Because you can't just, say something like that and then assume that you haven't jinxed it. You know. That's just how that works. What is their dynamite? Aren't these guys supposed to have that? Kinda would have helped if this guy had some, but I didn't see it over on him, so...
There must be a way out somewhere.
Yeah, before we deal with that, let's just eat a... Let's pop an herb. Probably a good idea. Hey, what do we have here? Oh, okay.
This looks promising.
Yeah, it looks very promising to see what's beyond this point.
Javier's victims.
I didn't see that at any point before this.
Let's keep going. We need to find this guy.
It's beautifully modeled skeletons. Let's go this way.
Let's try this way.
I've been managing pretty good so far in the previous stages with going left first. Hello. Is this box the indestructible one? Well, alright. We found a... oh, hello. Found a plague crawlers. But we also found a bunch of good stuff over there, so there's that. Oh, okay. That just headbutted me. At least we made the good choice there, I guess. Otherwise we wouldn't have found the secret stash of things. Hello there. Yeah, it's almost like we got a bit of a... okay, recurring pattern there.
That was close.
Look, a ladder.
Oh dear, okay. So we made it to the living quarters part of this mansion. What the fuck do these fucking
My doctors.
Hispanic mansions have to have like a patio with
It's my fault. I made them tell me how they cured
Fucking
my illness.
open yard in the middle and then everything else around it. Is that really so practical? Because I know I've seen quite a few houses like that, but it seems more ostentatious than anything. Those things kind of make bad noises, I guess.
Watch out!
I do. Oh shit. He's gonna shoot that light. It was about that guy. Okay, you're not dead yet. Why are you not dead yet? I wanted to shoot those lights, but apparently the first time that was actually not getting bad out.
Place I can look. Somewhere I was never allowed
Take us there.
Could it be this room right here? The giant plants. Actually, let's take a moment to heal. I have 2 herbs. I thought we only had 1 extra.
to. It's a greenhouse.
Yeah, more like a botanical garden.
What the hell is that?
Sure, the wonders aren't come into play at all later on. I mean, these guys are really fucking easy, but no, I know that. Just fucking keep shooting them in the head. They just pop down like that. Plop down.
Come on.
Leon, look.
That's the former researcher from Umbrella.
Is it?
We needed to question him.
I couldn't even see a human shape there, but okay.
We have no choice. We gotta go up.
I mean, you could just see what's on the other side of the ground level. But I guess we're going up. Sure, it won't be a big deal. What? Okay, there's pinball gun ammo over there. Yes, okay, we did manage to stop that guy. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to. Hello, friendo. Thank you for dropping in. Wonder where you went. There you are. Oh boy. Oh, thank goodness that my fucking handgun is so powerful now.
We need to get out of here.
Hello there.
I remember these guys.
Yeah, we met them like not even half an hour ago, so, you know. Why the fuck wouldn't you remember them? If anything, fucking Leon should be the one saying that, because they look just like the fucking... Well, not exactly, but they look very similar to the actual ivy plant for the 3 monsters from RE2. These things look very slightly different, I guess I would say. This guy's just gonna take care of these little ones. What a bro. And then he just keels over. I'd say that worked out pretty well. Maybe you could also just throw a grenade and sit back, but... clearly I don't have enough of them. Afford myself such luxuries. we off to now, I wonder? Are we in control of the elevator? Because I don't think we pushed any of the buttons. What the fuck would the alarm button even do in a privately owned mansion like this? Or is it like straight up impossible to get elevators made even for a drug lord that don't have a button like that? Everything has to be fucking industry standard. It's the only way.
Sure ain't the guest room.
Hello there. Scale fucking movies thing is up there. I think we managed to do some pretty good damage to one of them, at least. Hello there, friends. Excuse you for fucking barging all up in my face like that. Damn it. Yeah, they do a little bit more damage than really makes sense considering how not as simple as it should be it is to target them during this one particular fucking onslaught. Gotta stay near the very bottom of the screen, which is kind of a problem considering. That limits the actual leeway you have for getting crits in them even more. Fucking heads are already tiny targets. Oh no, I get a good feeling about this. What could we possibly learn that
These are all human organs.
could be conflicting? How could it possibly line up with things we learn at the very beginning of the story, as you might recall?
The missing girls. Manuela!
Her organs must be transplanted regularly.
What are you talking about?
He helps with the pain, keeping the virus at bay. But that's only for the first 15 years.
If you had just let me die, none of this would have ever happened.
No. I couldn't just watch you die. In nature, the predators who prey on others only grow stronger and thrive.
You crazy, selfish old fool!
Considering you brought my daughter back, I will grant your death's meaning.
With this convenient thing that just appeared, that also harkens back to the start of the story here. But hey, it's the giant creature from the church again. I don't know if you can even remember, or expect, or how much you expect to remember that with any real clarity at this point, but hey.
How are we supposed to kill it now?
With a handgun, of course. Oh, you can just fucking walk back from that. Why would we need anything else? Our handgun is fucking god tier, as you can see. Even if I can see how you dodge that at all. Fuck. I guess we're gonna try the machine gun for a bit. We do have a little extra ammo for it. Or that. How the fuck do you dodge that?
We can climb those! Come on!
Well, let's use our other herb. Already we are in need of it. There's like 3 fucking things of acid that you need to shoot, and even if you use the shotgun, you don't actually shoot all of them, so that's cool. Jesus, how the fuck are we supposed to be damaging it too, by the way? We're not doing any damage right now. Just like very, very faintly trying to stave off death. Very, very faintly. And, just gonna run out of ammo eventually. Do this or die, you know, either or. Let me try to shoot again. I don't really know what the fuck it is that we're expected to do right now, to be completely honest. Why wouldn't I be? Just to like shoot the box. I'm gonna die. Apparently fucking just shooting the boss isn't gonna do anything whatsoever. Hold on. Might actually need to refer to one of the walkthroughs I have here for this. Yeah, continue, but not quite yet. Let me just... I'm gonna be completely unashamedly reading the walkthrough now, because after the fucking bosses from the Code Veronica segment, I have no reason or motivation to not do that. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on. 5. Okay. It's the stage 4 of Javier's of Operation Javier, I guess. I guess 5 and 6 are the actual end ones. Hold on. Spray, green herb, blah blah blah, Veronica, blah blah blah. Greenhouse, warehouse, here we go, let's see. Boss battle, second forum. Point, head, portion above the jaw, or the backside of the brain, which I thought, but let's see. Can be a bit of a problem if I don't know how to cancel her attacks, which I really have no idea how I would do, since I was just hitting her everywhere at all times and didn't do anything. It can still be a problem even if you do know how to cancel her attacks. Precise timing when shooting her head to cancel. Once you get the timing down, isn't that hard. But her sequence and her health can be drained fast at one point in the battle. Okay, I'm looking forward to that, I guess. Lower her head and prepare to spit acid, or she will lower her head and fire needles. Yeah, I saw that. Shoot her in the head whenever she lowers her head. It's all about timing. It looks as if you don't cancel the attack when you actually do cancel it, since she pauses shortly after the shot. How nice. And apparently the shotgun is better because it has more spread. Okay. Apparently you're supposed to cancel her attack with some very, very awkward, precise timing. And I just realized that something I'm saying that actually... Might actually be a little bit ahead of time, because I'm saying hair attacks. Even though you're not supposed to know whether or not that's the case at this point, but hey, fuck it. Okay, I've been doing damage, okay. I really don't know when exactly the timing would be either now, even after I've been told things. Well, that didn't work out. fuck is the timing for this? Just hitting her at all times of the fucking head loading animation, and it ain't cancelling shit, as you can see. And then she's just doing it 2 times in a row with no pauses in between, so that's nice. That sure didn't do anything. Supposed to hit her on the brain when she does that and exposes it a little bit. Apparently that doesn't work either. Hold on, I might have to resort to an alternative reference. Hold on, let's see if this works. Yeah. What's this? Fuck's sake. Let me see. Managed to do a tiny bit of damage and then it just stun locks with uncancelable attacks. And this other reference I'm looking at doesn't really seem to contradict what I'm saying right now, so you know that's great. Hey, what? Hold on. Apparently you might have to do this very much earlier than I've been interpreting it as. Let's see. Timing is way off from what it should be in actuality. You can't really aim for the head while the fucking head is, bobbing all around like that. But I guess you must. So I think I did manage to cancel the last of those 3 attacks, which is a fucking miracle. But not that one, hold on. I need to use this after this. I think I do, yeah. And of course that didn't work either. And neither did that. So that's cool. You know, the frames or whatever that you need to actually make this work are stupidly restrictive. And it doesn't help either that the see, there you go. I wasn't even thinking that would actually have worked there, but doesn't fucking help either that whatever you do, you can't actually do damage. Okay, well now you can again. It's fucking right on the back of it, and guess that's when you do the actual damage. the more. I hope it's not a fucking cycle with having to interrupt because, oh goddammit. I think it is, because once again I somehow am completely unable to heard it, but I guess we need to watch this.
Manuela?
From the dark, our great river will watch you
And yeah, what do you know? It's doing the exact same thing that it was doing in the beginning. Well, that worked out.
I'm okay. I don't know why, but if I sing this song, it won't attack me.
Oh no! Krauser, let's go!
And if I can conveniently render it incapable of singing, then well, you can see before you exactly what happens, okay. Ah, fuck, we're gonna have to redo the cycle again, aren't we? Okay, and for a second there I thought, hey, what a miracle, we can actually hurt it again. This will actually work out once we actually manage to overcome the first bullshit phase of what do you call it, of having to interrupt it and being completely incapable of doing anything until we do that. Okay. Need a bit of the health bar. Is that it, actually? Because I'm pretty sure that's not the end, even if that is it, but I guess that is it. How convenient. Too bad that's not actually the end, though.
Javier's gone. We gotta go after him.
Sure do wonder what Javier's up to. Very well. Really don't know if that force would have stopped that spike anyway. Too bad that it's actually a little bit of an echo to be found there.
Okay.
Spike fucked up Crosser's left arm. Wonder if we'll be seeing anything else related to Crosser's left arm in any other part of the lore. Or the games, not really necessarily the lore.
Mother?
Yes, exactly. Why wouldn't you come to that conclusion immediately upon looking at this thing? This thing is in fact her mother, after being given the virus and not being given illegal the organ black market transplants. Yeah, I would rather turn into that thing and be really goofy looking and feel like controlled by Disney stuff. Okay, what? I thought that was not gonna be the end of the stage yet, but alright. Sacred Serpent's Crime Syndicate, that actually works in my favor, I think. Veronica Clan Conviction, what really happened ultra rich, I beg to differ, but apparently that's for getting cumulative 250,000 coins. And let's see what else we got. South American ant, which I don't think we saw. They live in the South American jungle, which were infected by T. Veronica, and they very closely resemble the ants created by Alexia. I don't really see how, beyond the fact that they're ants. Others who work for Javier that were infected and turned into zombies. It's not that Javier and his bandits created these zombies on purpose. They were members of Javier's massive security force. They still carry explosives. Okay, so there are some that carry grenades, but it's definitely not all of them. And the way the actual dialogue seemed to suggest. Sacred Serpent Crime Syndicate. Organized and led by Javier's crime syndicate with firm presence in South America. It's a kind of absolute obedience to its leader based on a system of control through fear which brutally punishes traitor without exception. And I'm kind of wondering if that's supposed to be based on anything like Mars Salvatrucha, but who even knows. An expansive nest compound in a place called Amparo, nestled deep in the jungle. It is only Javier's private residence. The base of his criminal organization is located elsewhere. His compound is very well protected against invasion by guerrillas and government forces. Standing mercenary garrison is small, numerous BOW traps and the latest defense systems are deployed all around. Rather than residence, the term fortified castle would be a more appropriate description for the well-guarded compound. There's also a bomb shelter in the basement, to which Javier can retreat in an emergency. The compound is also built to withstand such extraordinary situations as floods, and well, it's right next to a dam, so I would hope so. Also, Veronica plant. Being born as a byproduct of Manuela's reanimation. Secretly cultivated the Veronica plant in his mansion greenhouse. It is stronger that type BOWs by far. Nice proofreading there, while having a much lower operating cost. By dispersing its spores, it has the power to transform neighboring vegetation into Veronica plants as well, somehow. The speed at which they can spread is astounding. In only 48 hours it could invade 60% of the Amazon, just take our word for it. Practically speaking, this extremely dangerous organism could destroy a continent's entire ecological system within a matter of days. Once it starts to spread its spores, there is practically no effective method of containment. Even Javier considers this BOW to be his trump card, only to be used as a last resort, and keeps it under lock and key, by which would mean it's just in the greenhouse. Which I don't know exactly how isolated that actually is, but... Alright. I mean, I might as well get fucking reload speed upgrades since... 2 of them, why not? Sure, we're coming up in the last vanilla stage here. I don't think stopping power is really gonna help me at this point. Oh, that Javier. Hey, Axel. See if I can... Well, final vanilla stage, but there might be other stages after this if I manage to do the thing. Which I don't know if I will manage to do the thing, since I apparently didn't manage to do it the first time I played this on my own. Because if I do manage to unlock the extra stages, it'll be the first time I actually play them. Also, yeah, with what we've just heard in mind. No reason to question what's gonna be taking place here.
Stupid Americans. You think you can defeat it, don't you? But you forget that when you look into the depths of the abyss, it swallows you whole.
I don't think that's what Nietzsche said, but okay.
You lost Javier. We need some air support. Let's go.
What the?
Oh, I wonder. I mean, having that plant makes about as much sense as having the tentacles that apparently have full span of the Antarctic in Code Veronica, which is like the setup for this. I already know that thing's just here now.
Where the hell did this thing come from?
Gee, I don't know, but it has eyeballs, isn't that neat? We seem to be able to do pretty tremendous damage to it if we shoot directly on them, so... Oh, okay, I was not aware that the two of them were smacking at me until it was very nearly too late. I don't really see that big of a difference with the reload speed, even after upgrades. It's like a split second to begin with, so... Nice, they're back there. There. Oh, I don't know. I guess you can't destroy these lights. What a shame.
A hidden passage?
Is it really a hidden passage if it's just like a normal passage that just wasn't open before? I mean, there's a fucking thing here.
This is our only way out.
All these metal curtains. It's not the same as a wall or any kind of camouflage. It's like there's probably something behind it if it's there. I don't think you understand what a hidden passage means. Yeah, that worked out. I think I missed the sub-magnum ammo, unfortunately. Or not, never mind. Of course, I don't know if I'm actually gonna use it here. I guess we were actually a lot closer to the exit than could have thought.
Fall back! Go! Take cover!
I don't know what else you would call it, except ridiculous. Well, you could call it a kaiju, that too. Did you ever see the movie Godzilla vs. Violante?
He's become one with the land.
Right, it's fucking spamming the B button to fire here. This health bar is going down quickly enough that I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be like the fight is actually gonna end as soon as it depletes. That, and I'm pretty sure there's some scripted stuff that needs to happen. And that's actually related to unlocking the last couple of stages that
We can't do this!
you can unlock after this. Yet to actually happen. Yeah, I don't think that us actually doing anything during that final couple of smacks actually has any effect. That's just scripted stuff at that point.
I feel this pain because I'm still human.
I don't know where that came
I
from.
remember to feel pain. And that would mean that No. I choose to die a human.
Yeah, I think this didn't quite manage to convey that message as effectively as a Life on Mars with John Sim.
Manuela, don't!
We're going back home to hide. 2816 or whatever the number was. What do you know? We got this convenient Deus Ex Machina moment. Shockingly, the person with the same bullshit power, or the same bullshit virus that Alexia had, has the same bullshit powers that Alexia had.
I'm still here.
Except she doesn't look like a plant person yet.
Bowser, focus!
I guess that's what the,
Harder for him to get you!
Nice plan.
that's what the discoloration is kind of leading towards, I guess. So I see stuff on the ground here. Is that like herbs? I don't know. I would have liked to get it, but I think it's a little too late now. Oh, wait. And apparently there's a trick to this. If I can somehow manage to make it to the end of this fight without her doing that too many times. I don't know how many times qualifies as too many times. And that's how you unlock the extra stuff. Pretty sure that when now it's gonna have like separate health bars. Oh shit. Hold on. Fuck. Can? I don't know how we would. I think at this point the fucking handgun would be better because it has better damage. Okay, you can shoot the joints there, but I probably better to shoot the one that's right next to you. That's an easier target. One down, even though that wasn't the only one we were shooting at that depleted the health bar. Okay, so if you shoot the red ones at... makes the others blow up. Yeah, there we go. I guess you need to, like, bide your time to make that work, though. Otherwise it just doesn't work. I'm just pressing the button as fast as I can now, just to be able to hurt it faster. I'll never have a steady aim on it, at least. Hey, we're gonna screw up my attempt here to get the thing. I don't know how you're conveying that voice to us at this point. What parts of your body you're using to do so. Took out 2 joints. Oh, there he is.
What is this? What's happening? My body!
I wonder.
Veronica! It's consuming me!
Virus is taking over.
Alright, I don't know if... I guess I'm just shooting the head at this point. The mouth. Think of it like fighting Ridley in Metroid. I guess, you know, clearly the most apt equivalents. He does have that kind of goofy, draconic beak structure for its head. Is it? Okay. Well, when it does that, it can literally just... No, don't do that. Okay, that health bar disappeared. Okay, that one's scripted, clearly. Okay, no, well, I see that's scripted, but apparently even when the health bar is invisible, sometimes you can still lower it, so I don't even know when it's not worth it to be doing that or not. You know, ironically enough, this is the final boss at all, but it's like probably one of the easiest bosses in the game to just avoid damage from. Because it doesn't require super precise aiming with... not precise timing and aiming to cancel its attacks. You can literally just take it easy. So there it goes. I wonder if I fulfilled a special condition or not. I tried. If not, I guess we'll have to redo that. Wonder if there's like a better reference for how exactly that's supposed to work.
With my father.
No. No one should have died down there. Besides, you've got an obligation to live. For the sake of the girls living inside you. Manuela was later taken into custody by the US government. She was put under strict surveillance, but so far there have been no reports of any changes to her body. Krauser's arm never fully healed, and he was forced to leave the army.
Or did it?
Where he went, no one knows.
Or do they? I mean...
Why did Manuela never lose her conscience? Was it something genetic? Or was she sustained by this land that's so rich with life?
Jesus.
The virus continues to grow, altering its form, strengthening perpetually, until the day it can be destroyed. In our bodies, in our souls.
Virus that conquers our souls. It's almost like that game, Geist for the GameCube. It has some surprisingly catchy music for all of its ham-fisted, well, generally ham-fisted mechanics. Well, that's the game, I guess, the vanilla game, but it's not quite over yet, because as I said, there's something else to be seen. But I wonder if I did unlock. And if not, I can think of a couple of things that, that I might be able to do to successfully finish unlocking it, but I just gotta sit back and hope for now. But yeah, see, it's kind of funny because this expects you, I guess, to, well, I don't know if it fully expects you because of all the bizarre retcon shit that it does. Expects you to have at least some knowledge, I guess, some familiarity with the games that it recaps, which are Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica. But it also expects you to know a thing or two about Resident Evil 4, which is the game that is kind of the lead into. And which is the only other game in the series that features Krauser as a character, so you know, and it's said after this, so you know, spoiler alert, Krauser's not quite done after the events of this. It's almost as if there's a part of his personality that doesn't entirely get exposed in these events, that, or at least not yet. That ends up being followed up on later on. But yeah, I feel like I don't really have that much more to say about the game itself right now. Only because the whole reason I was you know, I already, out of all of these games, the only one that I pretty much played vanilla so far. Spoiler alert. Well, hey, they actually have DC Douglas as credited as Wesker, even though I don't think they even bothered to name Wesker at any point in this game. They just kind of show you him very, very cursorily at the end of the Code Veronica recap and expect you to know who he is, which, I mean, you kind of should. You're playing a fucking recap game like this. And if not, you can always play fucking Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, which is the other recap game. Which I'll be going back to after I'm done with this. Oh dear. And then there's this song, which I think they made for this. Which I fully expect to have been peak of the charts for a while in whatever year it was that this came out. So I can look into that. Let's see here. Like there's much else going on during this credit sequence anyway. It was released in November 2019. Holy shit, 2009. In all regions except Japan. Japan actually got the latest release with on January of 2010. And fun fact, it was also re-released as part of some collection. How was it called? Resident Evil Chronicles HD Collection, along with Umbrella Chronicles on the PS3, which I'm not quite sure how that one controls. Actually, because I know the PS3 also had some kind of motion peripheral, but from what little I know about that version, I think that's actually controlled with control stick. I don't even know. Let's see. As you can see, we got that as score. And the door to the Darkside has been opened. Okay, I think we managed to fulfill the condition. A secret chapter has been unlocked. You got V Complex, you got Chris Redfield, you got Jack Krauser, and the sterilization key and the Abyss, which are the game cleared normal. Secret mode has been unlocked. Stockholm Mercenary Prototype Caucasus. I don't even know what those are. Guess we're gonna find out right now. Hold on, can we customize our basic gun even more? Well, only the reload speed, which I don't really want to bother with. I would rather customize the rate of fire at this point so I can spam that more. With like the bosses and what have you. Well, let's see what we got in the archives. Game cleared normal. All chapters cleared on normal mode. Okay. And that all? Yeah, for all the stuff we haven't seen yet, so let's see. Can learn about Croucher, I guess. Member of the US SOCOM, and funnily enough, this model actually doesn't show him how he shows up in this game, but how he shows up in Resident Evil 4. Sent to a remote area in South America on government orders to investigate Umbrella's relationship to drug lord Javier Hidalgo. Exceptional soldier who has led many successful operations. Even when he encounters a BOW for the first time, he shows no sign of fear. He's been never quite at home in everyday society and feels that he spends fighting in the military gives his life meaning. Well, there you go. Nothing questionable about somebody with a profile like that. Also, Chris Redfield, second profile in the Code Veronica thing, I guess. During the mansion, does he have a different outfit? Why, yes, he does. Several months prior to the destruction of Raccoon City during the mansion incident, he found the Arclay research lab. Hold on, is this the same flavor text? Blah blah blah, Albert Wesker, Antarctica. Yeah, I guess it's just the exact same thing, but with a different outfit, which I think I actually know what that outfit's supposed to be from. It's supposed to be from Umbrella Chronicles, but we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there. Also, we got the V complex, is what that final boss was called. Greenhouse-grown Veronica plant gone out of control. It's limitlessly consumed everything around it, including Javier. Cold climate of the Antarctic base kept the Veronica virus in check, but under hot and humid conditions it became so active as to threaten the surrounding ecosystem. Produces suborganism which flies. I guess those are the colored balls that we have to shoot. Abdomen contains sporangium, or maybe that's it. That erupt and spread spores. Spores further increase the size of the Veronica ecosystem and pose a terrible threat, so... If you remember the fucking flavor text we read about that thing before, it kind of implies that I really don't think that final fight with it was really well contained or anything. Tilric with a biohazard symbol etched into its CV, it opens the door between the sterilization room and the Antarctic hull in the base, following Alexia's awakening. It's also the key you have to collect in Survivor 2 to actually get to the boss room. Let's realize that. And there you go. Small handful of items we get for getting S rank and a few stages, so we can go back into Chronicles. There's a couple extra things we can do now. There's like a secret mode, I don't know where you would access that, but there's also the bonus, well, there's a secret mode actually, just noticed that. So we'll be looking at that after this, but no, there's also the bonus couple of chapters that you get if you complete this special condition in the final boss fight, which I guess I did. And from what I hear, this is actually kind of hard, so I sure do hope I manage. Well, for one thing, I think you have to redo it's basically the last two chapters of the normal mode, but done from a different perspective. I wonder what that could be about.
Where truth awaits us. A fact very few ever realize before their insignificant lives come to an end. But on that day, in the depths of that jungle, I was to face that darkness, and I was to know that truth. Leon. We should take care of the girl before it gets too late.
Even though this is...
It's only a matter of time, Leon.
Okay, never mind.
Before she becomes a threat.
Javier knows something. He's been able to prevent Manuela from transforming. I have to take her with me and find out how.
Or take a look at this again.
Antivirus weapon protocol number 7600. You're on a special assignment for the president.
My mission is to eradicate this virus once and for all. And with your help, I intend to do just that.
Well, I am a soldier. One of your orders are from the President. Then I'm on your side. Oh well, looks like I'm nothing more than a pawn in this game.
Let's go.
Time to kick some ass.
What do you know, that haphazardly
Went all out on security.
inserted,
Maybe he doesn't like door-to-door salesmen.
what do you call it? Haphazardly inserted a voiceover thought process tells you that maybe Krauser wasn't quite as sincere about his convictions as he might have come off before.
There's so many!
Maybe there's something else about him.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Shit. I think the
So this is Javier's
gun I'm
army,
using
huh?
in this
Sacred snakes.
stage
Done. Scrap of grenades. Let's use them to our advantage.
is the same regular handgun that you've been using for the rest of the game, so it should have all the upgrades that I've applied to it. Jeez, oh fuck. Okay, this guy's still not dead. I don't like the spitting zombies in this.
First the freaking monsters, then the infected girl. Shit. I don't care how much extra they're paying. This job sucks.
So I guess if nothing else, the voice actor for Krauser got a little more work to get done.
There's more of them.
I can flesh out the rest of this, saying, oh gee, this really sucks. Can't believe that I'm kind of putting out a facade that I kind of have some convictions about this, but in actuality I just hate everything.
So Leon's on a secret assignment. Figures. My government probably forgot I even exist. Typical. The higher-ups always think that soldiers can be substituted just like that. Do not underestimate me.
Yeah, watch out, government. So how's the zombie even gonna get to us? Leon, where are you shooting at? Okay, this could be a slight complication, but I guess Leon took care of it. Okay, never mind.
This is
That's
only
interesting.
because of the virus. It's insanity.
Okay, I don't know if this dude in the back is about to like charge us or if he's gonna spit something. Whenever I see these froggy hunters, I can never really tell
It's our welcoming party.
exactly what they're up to. You know, these are the guys with grenades.
This way.
Just realized that's what the dudes that have like stuff strapped to them or over their heads. That's their hair. That's how you tell if they have grenades with them or not. It's a very subtle difference in their models. Okay, this guy had grenades and I didn't manage to shoot him this time though. Oh well. Not in this timeline.
It's dark in here.
I sure do wonder what'll happen here.
What is this? The BOW storeroom?
It's not like I'm just reliving something
Looks
that
like it.
I did already.
Well, let's not wait around for inventory.
They're coming!
So this is where they infected the victims and turned them into zombies.
In this exact room, I don't know about that. I mean, sort of they're keeping them now, but I guess it would be easier to like herd uninfected victims than ones that have already been infected, but what a shame. Well, things are going slightly different in this version of events, unfortunately. Probably should have used them around there. Probably should have just bit the bullet and used a grenade there, honestly. Okay. Apparently getting shot just made that guy trip forward and headbutt me. Oh, we're still gonna take the left path here.
This looks promising.
There's no reason to believe that. That would still be a good idea.
Let's go.
What the? Javier's victims.
Why would he?
Let's keep going. We need to find this guy.
Where do we go?
Let's go this way.
Look at all these human bones. What was he trying to do?
What indeed? How do you get the fucking flesh mesh all over the walls is what I wanna know. Seems like it would have taken a bit of work. Or would have required some very interesting occurrences, which I don't think are addressed at all. Like I know they are not, because I can't fucking tell you what they are, and I just beat this game. Like, what was going through the designer's head when they made this room? That's what I want to know. Why does fucking Javier have a torture dungeon that has actual flesh walls with skeletons trapped in them? What kind of bizarre mutation happened to enable that to be a plausible visual?
Great. That's all I need right now. Monsters coming at me in the dark.
Oh, it's because you have very faulty tunnel vision. Oh, this time we're getting out of here.
That was close.
Which, okay, we have 400 submachine gun, hopefully that's enough for the boss. But unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to do the warehouse boss again, which is a pain.
Who are these guys?
It's my fault. I made them tell me how they cured my illness. And then my father...
Looks like Javier's trying to use the virus to reanimate the dead. Well, I guess this is one sure way to keep him from talking.
Well, I don't know why he would want to do that. Considering that he has already got different things going on for the people he would actually care about, which are his family. So like, hey, let's use the strongest version of the virus on both of these people. I can see nothing going wrong from, nothing bad coming from this. It's, you know, exemplified by the fucking... Oh, okay. Oh, hey, you're still alive. That's unfortunate. For everyone involved. Or are you still alive? That fucking mother who is... turned into a giant bodyguard monster, I guess. I don't know how that was trained, assuming that it was.
So where the hell is Javier?
How to use that for a term.
There is one place I know. Somewhere I was never allowed to go.
Take us there.
And then you got the daughter who's like, sure, we'll just give you kidnapping victim organ transplants for 15 years. I'm sure that's perfectly sustainable.
Botanical garden.
Somehow more sustainable than keeping you in cryostasis for 15 years.
Go again.
Is what your predecessor did.
Come on!
Leon, look. That's the former researcher from Umbrella. We needed to question him.
He's no good to us now. We have no choice. We gotta go up.
Then they were dumped when no longer useful. The only way to defeat them is to become more powerful than they are. Javier I think I'm beginning to understand your reasoning.
Yeah, nothing wrong with somebody who sympathizes with the...
It must have grown so big because of the virus. God only knows the kinds of experiments they performed here.
guy who made all of this in the first place. Did I just become a drug lord on a whim? And seek evil, bizarre monster creating viruses and parasites. I get the feeling these guys have a little more health, like, I feel some of the enemies in this, just in general, have a little more health than in the original run-through on this level. Maybe that's a difference. So I'm kind of wondering exactly how the actual boss fight is gonna go. Not really holding my breath for use. But if we do manage to beat that, that's probably gonna be the actual, final actual challenge of the game. These guys, I get the feeling are certainly taking longer to die than they should. Well, that worked out. There we are. And this part we're gonna try, actually no, I'm not gonna try for you. Only thing I need to do is take care of this one guy. Okay, and I guess the rest of these two as well. And these two on the right, but he managed to get swept away by its, its unbridled rage. This guy who actually outlived it very briefly. That's admirable in a way. Managed to be less of a nuisance. That certainly deserves a commendation.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, I think we're pretty much home already to the boss.
Get to the bottom of all this. Funny that I should end up seeking the same thing as you, Javier.
Funny that I say that
Everyone
even
is so
though...
afraid of you and this virus.
Guess I'm not technically doing that yet.
It's got Leon and even Uncle Sam so worried.
Gee, I wonder. I think I could have used that guy for explosives. Alrighty. Actually, how many herbs do we have? Do we have 4? Okay, that's more than expected, admittedly. Still would have preferred 3 and a first aid spray if I had managed to not drop the ball when fighting the basement full of zombies right there. Oh, hey, I wasn't expecting that to be destructible, actually. But I'll take that as good news. Yeah, just fucking shrink back into the... clip into those box models. There's nothing wrong with that. And here's the other guy. I do remember these guys being kind of a pain, actually, but...
So you want to play, huh?
So you gotta keep shooting them, but they stick to the very bottom of the screen here, as you can see, and then... I really like to preserve as many of my herbs right now as I can, but unfortunately I guess that was not to be. What a shame. Let's try that one more time. I should probably just fucking use a grenade, I mean... What the fuck else am I gonna use grenades for at this point? So that's a plan, I suppose.
What is this?
We can actually
Sure ain't the guest room.
use the handles to tip over that there. Forklift, isn't that funny? But I guess we don't get the passage for this guy anymore. Or any of the others. So that's a shame, but oh well. At least this guy's by himself, so I don't really need to worry. So, okay, I was gonna say he died in midair, which is kind of poetic. Because he died, as we interrupted him from doing one of the bullshit attacks that I don't like. The attacks that we do in midair. Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Well, I ended up throwing three of those grenades just now because I thought I had switched back to the normal handgun. Just wanted to throw one, but I guess I'll throw more here actually. I just really need to spam that to actually spam the change weapon button, that is, which is the D-pad, to actually be able to do that as you want. I find. Hello. There's more stuff to be found that apparently is only in some of the boxes.
Feeling about this.
Might have missed a collectible back there, since I think we're gonna turn back, and we are not, so... Sure do wonder if this scene, this FMV is gonna be any different. I'm guessing not really, but might as well see through it just to make sure. Would actually be kind of funny if we were like exactly the same and just with like all of a sudden Croucher's like, oh, this sure is more sensible than not being an evil megalomaniac.
Her organs must be transplanted regularly.
What are you talking about?
It helps with the pain, keeping the virus at bay. But that's only for the first 15 years.
If you had just let me die, none of this would have ever happened.
No. I couldn't just watch you die. In nature, the predators who prey on others only grow stronger.
This guy's infatuated with the virus. He's lost it.
What do you know? I actually called it.
Considering you brought my daughter back, I will grant your dad's meaning.
Death. Let him try. Then I can show my government how strong I really am.
This guy's fucking thought process is all over the place, though. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna show that. I'm gonna show the man by doing exactly what they want me to do.
So you created this too, huh?
Oh boy.
How are we supposed to kill it now?
How am I gonna tell you though? Based on that very, very brief part at the beginning, it doesn't really look like this thing is that much, that much stronger, actually. I'm just gonna go ahead and let myself die first, because, you know, the first part of this fight is actually bullshit. based on what I can see here, it does seem to take more or less the same amount of damage as before. So if I can get past this horrible first phase, we should be good to go. Let's just get down 3 things, 3 moves. Okay, I guess I'm gonna heal now. And even if you cancel those, it doesn't actually progress the fight at all up until this point. Okay, and at this point you need to cancel one of its attacks, which is easier said than done. And if you manage to do that, that's the real point in which you win the fight, even though it's you're starting, because this is the most bullshit of the whole game. Fuck. Herbs do less recovery in this. That's fucking terrible, so... Right, well... Especially considering that I'm about to fucking die here. I could just fucking keep my aim train on that thing at all times. Fucking... Shooting... Trying to shoot its weak spot at all moments, but apparently the one time I did manage to do that was when it chose not to actually have an ongoing attack, so... Of course it didn't matter. See, the fucking walkthrough I read for this even says... It says that maybe you should use a shotgun for that, just because it has more spread, but... It's very, very bad at explaining when the extremely precise moment by the head. When it's actually vulnerable to being interrupted is. And so the only half reliable way I find of being able to interrupt that is to just keep fire trained on it the weak spot at all times, which as you can see is far, far easier said than done. Hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the effect of the herbs is nerfed here. That's terrible. For this version of the stage. They only do like half as much recovery as they should. That's cool. Yeah, I really don't know how it is that I'm supposed to be doing this. Probably gonna be here for another good while. Even though I already was here for a good while. First time I attempted this terrible fight. Okay, there we go. I sure would hate it if I were to die now, even though I already used up. I used up all of my... Fuck's sake. All of my, all my herbs. Change color like it's a Metroid or something, and then get the scripted scene with Manuela singing. There we go.
Manuela?
Our great river will watch you as you dream.
Manuela, get out of here!
It's responding to the singing. Could it be? It used to be human?
I don't think you necessarily need to be human to be able to have any kind of response to singing, but okay.
I don't know why, but if I sing this song, She would attack me.
Oh no! Krauser, let's go!
Alright, I would really love it if I were to not die now.
Now, hurry! Come on!
As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and do this, because at this point I am willing to use this kind of safety net. There we go. Only because I don't want to have to start this over. I mean, I don't think you have to do the horrible interruption again. That's like a one-time thing.
Don't fall.
So once you do manage to complete that, then you pretty much already won, like I said. Assuming you don't screw up really badly. Ah, shit. Which I guess you do there. Okay, never mind, hold on. Yeah, I'm not redoing this part of the fight, so hold on. Let me try something different, actually. Let me try equipping the Magnum to that slot. And wait until we get to the point where the boss is actually vulnerable, so we can just...
Careful. Don't fall.
Actually, let me try this again, just for the hell of it.
Really pissing me off.
Alright, see, that's actually working out, kind of. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure if I get hit one more time at that point with one of its normal attacks, that's it. There we go. I'll take that.
Javier's gone. We gotta go after him.
And well, it kinda looks like Manuela is too, though maybe she's just come back to being huddled up behind us. I suppose, because I'm pretty sure she is present for this death scene.
You okay? It's nothing. I guess this is it for me.
I mean, it's one arm, and it's not even his shooting arm. I mean, that is pretty grievous, but... I don't know. Because I don't actually know how that would work. And yeah, the only possible conclusion reached in an instant.
I don't want to live. If it means others have to die.
So yeah, no fucking surprises there, no bonus for the time. But we do have a lot of gold, goddamn. Manuela Veronica, communications from Wesker, fax documents, code remnants, reserve in depth. Executioner, put your trust in others. Oh boy, what is that exactly? Executioner is 200 headshots. Trust in others is partner has killed 30 enemies. Hey, what are you? Or AI partner at that. Manuela Veronica awakened Manuela infused with the T Veronica virus, in spite of the fact that she mutated without having waited 15 years. She can control the power of the virus under normal consciousness. Moreover, just like Alexia, she can spit out blood that she can then ignite, but using too much blood also means harming herself. Unlike Alexia, I guess she can just do that all day. Communications from Wesker. 0801-1000. Change the deposit account, terminate all Russian routes. Send a list of the merchandise this month. 2 new types of stationary BOWs have been added. An answer to the question you asked on the phone, just as you thought the Asian woman works for Umbrella. She's not just a rat that got out. She's a bat that's still sucking the blood. If we're gonna use her, we'll have to do it carefully. Verify the deposit about the matter of the bat. They are being cautious, not threatening them too much. Yes, Wesker's selling... Ada or just monitoring her somehow. Javier's own covert viral weapons development and operation program code remnants. Javier's desire to operate his own T-based BOWs and control the entire Amazonian ecosystem is the backbone of the program. After failing to revive Hilda, who I don't think we learned anymore or before this point, but that's the name of Manuela's mother. Javier became unable to trust outsiders, namely Umbrella. He decided to have people on his own organization research and verify the usability of his BOWs since he had no high-level research facilities. The primitive experimentation on living humans was the main method of data acquisition. T-type BOWs, mostly zombies, were used as propagators of terror against hostile forces in the area such as communist insurgents. In South America? Okay. Well, I guess Cuba, I don't know. I mean, Cuba's not in South America, but I guess the ideas from there would have spread to a few other countries. United States and other foreign nations learned of Javier's readiness and willingness to destroy the environment on a global scale, ravish the Amazon's capacity to process CO2, and now seek to keep him in check through brute force intervention. Yeah, that's clearly all they care about here. And there we go. There are 2 or 3 cutscenes left to unlock, I guess. But we do have money to spend here. Let's see, rate of fire, probably maxed out, yep. So we're also gonna upgrade the stopping power to also max. So if we only had enough to upgrade the reload speed even further, that'd be great, but well, maybe we will after this. We'll just go with normal stuff. And sure, have the Magnum equipped to one of the place where the grenades used to be. Seems I don't think they're gonna be that useful at this point.
Damn it. It got me pretty good. There's no way they're gonna want to keep me in the field with an injury like this. I'm useless to them now. Guess this will be my last mission. There's something coming. No, I can't fight like this. No!
Can't fight like this, but I'm still gonna tag along, I guess. Unless that actually does debilitate him and to the point where it somehow affects the shooting somehow.
What is it?
Something I totally didn't just say twice in a row without meaning to.
If I could only move my arm.
Well, I mean, I'm moving my arm very, very effectively right now. I don't know what you're crying about. Oh, hello. And you can also, you know, reload perfectly well, so it's like whatever. I mean, we have bigger guns. We have the fucking
I can't go on like this.
grenade launcher, we have the rocket launcher.
For right now, my life depends on Leon.
Looks like this is our only way out.
Let's hurry!
Alright, let's get out of here. 3600, wow. I mean, we're also getting stupidly high amounts of money from some of the extra breakable stuff in these couple of levels, I guess. Which is, I suppose, pretty good for... Hello.
Over there.
For grinding the upgrades.
Right now, all I can do is run.
1600 just from that one. Just like that. Damn.
What if she changes here? Now!
I mean, how quickly would that happen?
Show me what you really are!
John, I waited so long for this.
Fall back! Go! Take cover!
There's no way! We can't beat that thing!
Can't we though? I mean, it didn't really stop us from trying before. is kind of big.
We just saw him a moment ago. He was human.
Oh, not anymore.
Become so powerful in such a short time.
I don't know, apparently it's adaptive
Could it
mutation.
really give you this much strength? Why did you run, Leon? Aren't you afraid?
Well, I mean, he did
God, please help me. I don't want to die.
face down the
Help me.
Birkin
Is this
bullshit.
all I'm capable of now?
Make sure that after you face down something like G. Birkin, there's not really that much that's left to face you. It's looked like this dude is definitely taking a little bit longer to die, at least. So this fight might be a little bit more protracted than before. I mean, we've been doing it so far. Are you saying that you haven't been significantly damaging the head so far? Been shooting directly at it.
I understand now. I feel this pain because I'm still human. But if I were no longer to feel pain,
If I were to no longer feel pain,
did I? No. I choose to die a human.
Manuela, don't!
No. How could you want to end your life?
don't think that's quite what's on his mind right there. You bleeding gasoline.
What is
You
this?
bleeding thermite.
Is she one of them?
Bowser, focus! Getting closer, it's harder for him to get you!
Nice plan. If he doesn't crush me.
Jeez, it's harder for him to get you if you're closer though, I don't know. It's gonna make it about Kong Skull Island before I realized that this thing actually does look like something from that movie.
His daughter has abilities too. What the? Flammable blood? You gotta be kidding me.
Well, I bet that's what fucking Leon said when apparently Claire told him what happened in Code Veronica. He certainly wasn't there to see it for himself. It's kind of funny because I'm pretty sure if I remember it, Claire wasn't even the one who fought Alexia during that fight. It was Chris. Actually, I don't think I quite managed to neutralize that. Plus, I could have, but... See, there you go. I'm sure this thing can crush you without a lot of effort if it really wants to. Therein lies the issue. And it's definitely taking more hits to kill at this point than it was in the original run of this level. So I'm never going to be able to fulfill the same condition of not letting Manuela bleed out.
Use them to our advantage.
This isn't exactly a contained battlefield or anything either, so my fucking question is how do they have any kind of assurance that this thing spores, which it apparently has, don't just spread and take over the entire jungle, causing an apocalypse. It's kind of the same question you have to ask at the end of Revelations, which is the one with the ocean theme. It's real obvious. Because one of the final bosses in that game is just literally a giant fucking monster that is fought out in the open in the ocean. Well, I'm fucking taking damage from those things, so even if I do shoot them. I definitely question how good of an idea this actually is. Hold on, let me just use a couple of herbs, by which I mean use all of my herbs. Well, nah. Just use one for now, it'll be fine. Apparently you just want to, no matter what happens here, you want to shoot these fucking things as soon as possible, else there will be no way to avoid damage from them. Let them get too close, so that's fine. Jesus. I feel like something out of Trauma Center, if I'm gonna be honest. It feels like ridiculous mutant bullshit flying at you, and you have to you remote your way towards it in a very specific way to defeat it. Shit, man, was I gonna shoot the blood again at that point? Yeah, okay. First time I did, I managed to avoid damage from that attack. Jeez. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Hold on. There's another fucking thing on the side there. I was wondering about that. And... come on, just shoot out that thing already. It's fucking out of health. Fuck. I should have like a first aid spray, I think. If everything else somehow goes wrong, which it probably shouldn't at this point.
The life I lived was all a lie. And now the endless possibilities of a new world awaited my fingertips. You told me you wanted to destroy the virus, every last trace of it. You say it's the right thing to do. But do you really believe that, Leon? This girl is proof that it's a gift. She's strong, powerful, and in complete control.
Like how the other guys' subtitles kind of cut in from time to time when the other ones are paused.
The virus is taking over.
I guess you just weren't strong enough to control it out here.
I mean, he does have a bit of a little bit of a larger load to bear, you might say. Shit. Oh, I almost died there. I maybe I do need to be a little bit more mindful of my timing for this. It's a more protected version of the fights. So I can avoid damage from its attacks. I do still have a first aid spray right here, I do. Okay, so this isn't going to be a problem. I don't think. I hope. We got to the halfway point, which...
I can see its power. This virus can change the world. If I could harness its power, I could rule the world.
Okay, I don't think it did this before.
You want to destroy this after seeing its
We have a chance.
What right have you to rid the world of such power? You are driven by fear, Leon. You're a coward. But I am not. This virus, its power, I'll make it my own. And
Okay.
I will be reborn.
Says that even though he doesn't really manage to do anything close to the scale. But he does kind of manage to do something very faintly similar in the future. There you go. I'll just watch this kind of weird segment where the camera just kind of flails around. Was focusing on its bleeding appendage for a while and finally brings it to an end. I have discovered Cradle of Filth. With the fucking evil laugh at the end.
Who is this man with whisker that Leon was talking about? And if I found him, could he help me regain my strength?
Could it be that he was somehow right there all along? There's no real explanation for... Well, I mean, I guess if you assume that Wesker was the one that gave Hidalgo the T. Veronica virus, and maybe...
No.
But how fucking convoluted is it that he was apparently watching that entire thing from the distance, just as a coincidence?
You've got an obligation to live. For the sake of the girls living inside you.
See that even though she never shows up outside of this. Yeah, they probably killed her, I mean.
You are cruel, Leon. Couldn't you make her feel proud? She has a whole new life ahead of her.
That's what that fucking smile really meant.
For you and I, Leon, we're merely different sides of the same coin.
And there you go. I think these credits are the same, so let me see. Yeah, let's skip them with one button press. And, well, you know, the clear time wasn't quite ideal because I just insisted on using the basic handgun for the whole thing, but everything else was great apparently. Didn't even have to use the first aid spray somehow. 0 headshots, there you go. Automatic, there is no end to the darkness. Just thought you would want to know. So we got Star's mission achievement, I guess. Let's see what that actually is. We have cleared the secret chapter. Oh, there you go. What was the secret chapter? But that's not even the last thing that's left in this game. Let me just get the final upgrade, I think, for the... No, there's one more upgrade for reload speed for this. But presumably that'll actually be the final upgrade for the handgun, but let's check out the secret stage, the actual secret stage. What could it possibly be? Could it be related to the Resident Evil 2 part of the game? By chance, could it be that I know exactly what this is and I'm just trying to come up with other ways to mask it? And could it be that it's actually surprisingly laggy, in spite of everything else? Could it be that it's actually based on one of the secret joke modes from Resident Evil 2? They just put into this because why the fuck not? Could it be that you're just shooting giant zombified chunks of tofu and you shouldn't question it because Resident Evil? And could it be that you actually can't use any customizability or customized weapons? Because apparently this gun that I'm using right now doesn't have any of the upgrades that the normal handgun had, so it doesn't matter. And that we're playing as Claire specifically for some reason, even though I don't know if it makes a difference whether it's her or Leon that's in this mode. Okay, so you should try to shoot off all the tofu flesh. Tofu. Never know how to pronounce stuff like that. Apparently you get more points the more of it you shoot off. And as we all know, that's the most important concern in this game. Well, I guess you also get money, so... So there you go. It's not just a gag mode, it has an actual motivation behind it. Oh no, okay. How do we gonna get hit for the first time there? But then we did. I get the feeling that the a little bit of a lag that's going on here is actually a little bit more of a big deal than could have been expected, since it's kind of causing me to skip, causing some of my shots to phase through sometimes. That's unfortunate. Oh hey, we're just gonna fucking stand as this giant evil tofu chunks waddle up to us like that. So why are these like the only like shielded lights in the game that are actually breakable? Well, some of them anyway. Basically, this is the point in the game in which you should be asking any and all questions you have left within you. Because there's absolutely no reason whatsoever why you shouldn't think they will be answered at this point. I think my shooting that's just giving me more and more score on the trash bags. Or should I'm shooting more and more bottles. If only someone like Shinji Mikami could answer these questions for me. Hey dogs, guess they're going after the tofu to eat it, or something. But now apparently they've been outnumbered by the big old block of whatever it is that tofu is actually supposed to be. I actually don't know what tofu is supposed to be. All I know is that it's not meat, I guess. Shit. And it's apparently also deadly. Deadly and very, very numerous. I'm not gonna retry though. I don't know. I mean, if I continue, where does it put me? If it puts me exactly where I was, then I guess I can retry, but... It puts me all the way back at the beginning, which I suspect it will do. I'm just gonna nope out of this, because fuck it. It's just a bonus joke mode. Yeah, fuck it. I say fuck it even though it won't let me pause or do anything. Oh, fuck it. Let's do it this way. Yes, I am done with Darkside Chronicles. And I think it's time for this thing to hang, because it's not actually ready to handle a request to go back to the Wii menu. Shockingly. That was actually a jape on my part, but you know, against my better judgment, since I have already been streaming for like 5 hours upwards of, and getting closer to 6 with every passing moment, I do want to put this light gun saga to rest tonight, so it's time to go back to the other side of that.